right, so this is my review. It's long overdue of the Joker 2. And I just want to get my opinion out there, get my video up about the film. It did flop, according to Box Office Mojo. The domestic box office is like 56 million, and the international is like 135. So the movie pretty much flopped. It has to make at least 400 to 500 million just to break even. So this will be on HBO Max really soon. I thought the movie overall was boring. It wasn't captivating like the first. However, I would say I think it was just boring for a sequel because the first one left on a high note and they wasn't able to capture that same feel that they did in the first. And I believe it was the studio's fault. I don't necessarily blame Todd Phillips because Tom Phillips said he didn't even want to do a sequel. Joaquin Phoenix said he didn't want to do a sequel. They was forced by money to do a sequel. So I don't necessarily put the blame on Todd Phillips because he didn't want to do this in the first place. He wanted this movie to be a one and done, but Warner Brothers, being the greedy, dumb fucks that they are, they wanted him to make it. So I put the blame on Warner Brothers because Joaquin's his acting was good, the cinematography was good, the music was even good. Everything was good about it, but the story and the way that it was executed. Now, Todd Phillips in the beginning said he wanted to make a musical, and everybody was uproar about that. And I don't think he intended on taking the Joker characters where we all wanted the Joker to go. We wanted to, at least I wanted to see the Joker be a crime boss, recruit some people, go on some crime sprees, go on some killing sprees. That's what I wanted. But we didn't get that. I think Todd Phillips did a good job as the cinematography go, how it still captured the same feel of the first. But to me, it felt like this was The Dark Knight Rises. How, The Dark Knight Rises was like slow and rushed and sad. I feel like the Joker 2 was The Dark Knight Rises. We didn't get that Dark Knight action, high-powered action that the fans wanted. Because I'm getting the conclusion that everybody pretty much wanted that Joaquin Phoenix Joker to be something like, or even better, or more action than Heath Ledger's Joker. Subconsciously, we have accepted Joaquin Phoenix Joker as a suitable replacement just because of the last 30 minutes of that first film. The last 30 minutes of that first film, for me, was Joker. From the minute he goes, he stopped dancing on those stairs and going that chase and caused a lot of chaos on the train, and then he blows Murray heads off. That was all Joker for that last 30 minutes. And that's what I wanted to see in the sequel, but we didn't get that. But overall, I think this story does good if it was a part of the first film. If this movie was tacked along with that first film, I still think the movie would have sold $1 billion, and we wouldn't have the problems that we having with this film. I think for me, the sequel, for this being a sequel and for the first one to leave on such a high note and this one being so depressing is what I have a problem with. The Joker 2 would make a good film if it was like the third film in the franchise. We never got that middle film, high action, Dark Knight tone style, which I was anticipating. But I did like Joaquin Phoenix's performance. I did like the cinematography. I did like Lady Gaga. I love the whole aesthetics of the film. It felt like the first. It felt like that same universe. But let's get to the nitpicks, because that's what makes me the harsh critics. And the nitpicks that I really have is with Lady Gaga's character, even though I did like her, some stuff just didn't add up, and this is just how sloppy and rushed the writing was. They Her backstory of her being rich and stuff like that, I can accept that. But one thing that I dislike was, well, what I want to nitpick is she's supposed to be admired by Arthur, so she commits herself into this mental institution. And I just thought that was really lazy. Like, why didn't she just visit him? Why did she have to check herself in, risk her safety and everything else to see Arthur? Why not just visit him in a mental hospital? I mean, she did that when he was in jail going to trial. So I don't get why. It just that's where things get confusing and the weak writing goes. Why didn't she just visit him? What was stopping her from visiting Arthur Flex? Yeah, or whatever his name is. What was the reason to stop her? Why did she have to commit herself? I thought that was lazy. Another thing I'm nitpicking about is her backstory. She's the rich and powerful, and this was the same thing Arthur Fleck was against in the first film. Like, that was the whole premise of the first film. Thomas Wayne being powerful and rich and having a lot of power. Well, Lady Gaga backstory was that. So how didn't he have a problem with that with her, but he had a problem with Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne? That didn't really make no sense. And then on top of that, another nitpick that I have is, if she's supposed to be so rich and have all these resources, why did she have to steal a TV, a little raggedy TV? Like, that was just dumb. But like, I get it. The story was rushed, and it deserved the flop. It really deserved the flop. I thought everything else was pretty good. Story wise, even though the musical aspects take me out of it, I still thought the movie was pretty. The story was pretty good, but not for a sequel. This movie only does good if it was just part of the first film, or if it was the third movie in a franchise. The ending, I didn't really care about that. Um, I will say it sucked. Arthur Fleck, coming to his hallelujah moment when he decided he didn't want to be the Joker no more. He takes responsibility for his actions. I just thought that was just really rushed because it just came out of the blue and unexpected. So I don't know what Todd Phillips was doing. I mean, I know the money made him do this film. It was all about money. But unfortunately, I wish he would have just cared more of the fans. Honestly, if he wouldn't have took this project, I would have preferred Warner Brothers just hand it off to another director. Maybe we could have got that high action Joker that I wanted, that a lot of us wanted, because subconsciously we didn't pass the torch to Joaquin Phoenix. And he did such an amazing job in the last 30 minutes of that first film. I just wanted more of that in this film, but we didn't get it. But overall, I thought the movie deserved the flop, and as far as Superman Legacy go, I think that will have a negative effect, because the stuff that I've been seeing, the costume, and now Crypto the dog, it just make it seem like this is going to be a kiddie tone movie. Anytime they're trying to make the dog cute and stuff like that, they're trying to pander to a younger audience. So I don't see how you can have a cute and furry dog in a serious movie. I don't know if he can make it work. We'll see, but I think Man of Steel is still a superior Superman film, and so is Batman vs Superman. But that's my nitpick review. I'm sorry that it had to come late, but you guys, I'm on vacation. I'm loving these days off, and I just wanted to put my video out there. But I think the DC brand is tarnished. But overall, if you didn't see it, wait for it to come on streaming because it'll be on streaming in 2 weeks, probably by the end of next week, because that's how bad it's doing. But that's my overall nitpick of the film. Um, I thought the story of Arthur Fleck, it was just that middle movie that we didn't get. Like I said, this movie would have been good if it was a third film, but overall it just sucks. You know, and the WB really had potential. Really, they had potential to make this Joker the next Heath Ledger, and I think that's what a lot of us is yearning for right now because Heath Ledger set such a high bar that Joaquin Phoenix mashed it when he did that first film, and unfortunately, WB fucked that up. So, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys on the next video. I got some good news for you guys that I want to thank you because YouTube sent me an email and I'm going to share it with everybody and I can only be thankful. So will that be coming soon, but I'll see you on the next video. Peace.